Welcome to the podcast, Organized Mayhem. We're coming to you from 110 South 11th Street, which is the home of Morea and the Rap Shack. And we are here to talk to you about all things Philadelphia restaurant business and everything in between. I'm Cammie, here with my brother Scott and my friend John Lupa. Here we go.
All right, Organized Mayhem here. Please follow us on Spotify, Instagram, X, and Facebook.
Wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes,
there we
like
go.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
All right, Miss Cammie, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine.
Yes.
Okay, well, we have a lot of agenda items today. We can talk about the survey later. Actually, let's talk about that now. I gave you guys two things that we talked about where you guys are similar. I'm going to note the time right now. It is 3:31.
Nice.
And what time were we supposed to meet today?
1 p.m. was the official time.
So we're right on time. Woohoo!
We
did it again. We did it.
So you know what? When we talked about the survey, Road to You survey, and we talked about two of the things that don't motivate you guys, which would be time. So either you can say, okay, it's not motivating me. It is what it is, and ignore it. You could say, okay, I want to work on that a little bit, or I want to surround myself with people who are better with time. Now, if you're in a relationship with somebody who is really good with time.
Doesn't time just stress you out?
Does time stress me out?
Stresses everybody out.
I think that time is an anti-stressor for some people because they know when they have to be there. They know what they have to do. I could see that being.
Okay, so I would say.
If something bad happens, you found out too early.
Can we listen to the professional?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I would say that that's exactly right. Whenever, just say somebody is very highly motivated by time. Okay, like I have a client who's highly motivated by time. He doesn't waste time. He's never late. Okay, he's always extremely punctual. But
it definitely does not work at Morea or the Rap Shack.
Okay, but where that could be a blind spot, where that's not always great, is that it's very easy to throw him off. So just say something happens that alters your time, right? Like, so some people, when it's a really high thing and it alters the way they are with time, they can't regroup. Or if something is not scheduled, they can't do something fun, right? So like, you know, when you're more flexible with time, there's benefits and there's drawbacks. So there's always a blind spot and a positive for anybody who's high or low in everything, right? So like, that's just one thing.
I would like to say, to your benefit, you're one of the most adaptable people I know.
Thank you. That was actually the next thing you said.
That's great. And that actually showed very clearly in your survey. So, you know, and being adaptable is a wonderful thing. But again, like you guys, so you know it's a thing.
Being adaptable is great, but when you're working with someone who's not adaptable, it's all you do is butt heads.
Well, or you can recognize that you guys are different and use each other's strengths and weaknesses. So like if I was in the business and I would say, who do you need to hire? Well, if you have somebody who's not great with time, then they shouldn't be the one managing reservations, right? Because they want to keep managing that very, very well. So I would kind of compensate for those areas with somebody who is anal about time.
You know, I realized you're horrible at hiring people.
I'm the best hirer we've ever had.
Oh, he doesn't hire people who are very into time.
Because I'm bad at it. I'm trying to follow Cammie's.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad thing.
Do you listen?
That's actually not a bad thing. Like, so.
I think I'm right.
Well, it all depends. Like there's certain things in the restaurant business that are time sensitive, right? Like certainly if there's food, and I've been at your restaurant, I've never waited long for my food to come out. So that is showing that it's not like you might be fluid with time, but in your kitchen, everything comes out in a timely fashion, which makes a big difference to people. I've had reservations at the restaurant, and not just because I'm your sister, I'm seated right away. So time is important in certain aspects of the restaurant. However, where I think you could be more flexible than maybe, or adaptable than somebody else, I was just at a restaurant on Saturday night in Ardmore, where I don't know if I know there's different kind of reservation apps. The app that I was used to make this reservation, we had to pay a $5 fee for each person that was then applied to the table. And I got a notice saying that for a table for two, that the reservation would end in an hour and a half. right? So
90 minutes, that's what we used to do.
So this is obvious. Like, so in some restaurants, an hour and a half and that's it.
Yep.
I imagine, like, unless like literally somebody was very much abusing your restaurant and not getting up from the table and not ordering more drinks, is that it's not, I don't see that being the essence of what a Morea or a Rap Shack is. A Morea and a Rap Shack, in my mind, your essence is when you're here, we want to take care of you. And when you want to see you guys have the best night ever. And if you're having the best night ever, we don't really want to kick you out of your table unless it's absolutely necessary and it's restaurant week or whatever. Like, I would see you guys more like cramming another table in than disrupting a customer.
Correct.
I agree with that 100%. Kimmy, can I ask you a question about that?
Sure.
When the 90 minutes was up, did you get like a text? Or like
so no, because we were, I was with
that would be obnoxious.
Yeah, I was with my boyfriend who made the reservation at 6 o'clock on Saturday night. Does anybody know why we would have such an early reservation? What else was going on Saturday night?
I would
Philadelphia Phillies were in
The Phillies game, right? So we were on a time, and the person that I was speaking to about, who was extremely cautious of time, is him. So we had at 6 o'clock. If we were 1 second late for that game, he would have like cried. So that would be, something. So yeah, so I don't know, but I definitely saw it was very clear in the essence of who the restaurant is. The timeliness was very important.
Are you paying attention during the game?
It did what?
Are you paying attention during the game?
So I feel, for me personally, I do not pay attention to the 6th inning.
Come again?
I don't pay attention to the 6th inning. And the reason why is I actually get so into it and stressed. I can't handle that amount of stress for such a long period of time. And plus, what happens at the beginning of the game can change so much by the end of the game.
So
it's too much for me.
I have to add this story. So my mother is in a fantasy football league that I secretly manage for her. And she goes and she has a group of ladies that they watch the games with on Sunday. They all knit during the games.
Oh my God, I kind of love that. I sort of love that.
Have you ever knit?
I knit once and my mom grabbed the needles out of my hand and she was like, "You don't have the patience for this."
Yeah. No, I think today we're all multitasking so much. Like we're on the phone, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like it's hard to concentrate on anything. And when you're having a sports game, hold on, let me put on my do not disturb. When you have a sports game, they're so long, right? Like it's
To be honest, we're seeing that baseball, more people come out to watch it because it is shorter this year.
It is shorter. It's like with the pitch clock,
it's really
going from like 3 hours to 2.5 or 2.
Yeah. Now that assumes I know a lot more about sports than I really do.
Look at that.
That's okay. Yeah.
Like literally, I'm like, I like the player that looks like Gritty from the Flyers mascot, and like I don't know the guy who with the long beard.
Oh, Brandon Marsh.
Look at Brandon Marsh. You're very into Brandon Marsh.
Oh well, you know why.
Yeah, so but I like him. I love everything. I love everything that's probably not related to sports. I love the camaraderie between everybody.
How about the butt slaps? Is that a pro thing or an anti thing for women?
I love it. It shows that
Nothing
they're
better than a sports slap.
Yeah, they're comfortable in their masculinity. All good. I love the whole thing.
Love it.
But I have like I guess like.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is like the 6th episode. And like this is the 6th episode where I don't like where I'm sitting. That's the
I think it's a him problem.
Yeah.
I think it's a him problem. So Lupa and you and I didn't finish discussing. So I would say Lupa. Another thing that what was it? What were we talking?
Sorry to interrupt this in-depth conversation.
Well, that's the Mayhem. We talk about all things Philadelphia restaurant and all things Philly. So I would say it was a great game. And did you guys have a lot of people watching the game at the Rap Shack on both nights?
Both nights, yeah. No, it's a good time.
It's a shameless plug, but listen, this is a really cool place to watch the game.
Good street,
great street.
We're surrounded by Top Tomato around the corner, Milk Boy, and us, of course, and Morea, which is not a sports bar, but we are getting a good following for them too.
And your TV situation. What's your TV situation over there?
We have 7 TVs at the Rap Shack. We're a small space, so 7 doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. There's 2 65-inch. We have the sound for the games on. 7th inning stretch. We're playing Phillies music. End of the game, ringing the bell. We are a place that represents Philadelphia Phillies, I feel like.
I 100%
And I'm a
agree.
fucking Braves fan, so that makes me sick to say. But,
All right, that's great. And I think there's something, people talk about Philly fans. So Friday night, I saw the game out at a local bar. I really would love to give them a plug because it was great. I'll have to plug them later because it was a really wonderful place. But if I was near the Rap Shack, I would have been there, but I was not. So I was at this place, and when there was a home run, and the camaraderie between everybody in the bar was so much fun.
oh, it's electric.
Where were you?
Let's hear it.
Okay, so what was the restaurant that I went to for that after party? It was right across the street. Vinyl was the restaurant, which was really cool. It's like the old bookbinders, I think.
Where?
It was the old bookbinders, Vinyl.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea what it's called.
Right across the street. I can find out, but it was wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, go Philly. And it felt like, that's terrible. I would love to give them a plug because it really had a great vibe.
That's amazing.
Well, guess what? We do podcasts every week, so we can plug it again next week.
Yep.
So more seats.
Yeah, so we were going to talk about a little bit about Philly stuff. And then so last night, then there was the Eagles game. I'm kind of sports, because I'm not a sports person. I'm a little sports. I like just so much sports, fine. But and then the last night was the Eagles. Did you guys have a crowd there for the Eagles yesterday?
Oh, this is the Mayhem.
This is the Mayhem. We're
Louise,
live.
come on over here.
So, Cammy, this is a famous.
This is the famous. Here, come on over here.
Come on this
You
side.
gotta come
Don't
over
be
in the
scared.
middle over here. This is Louise, our famous chef.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, hello.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, he's very talkative.
Yeah,
That's okay. So Louise, what did you just get there today?
he got here about a half hour ago.
Yes, it's telling us everything that we don't have. Well, what do we not have?
Oh yeah, what don't you have right now?
Minced garlic. We have
Minced
ice in my car.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't fuck around.
Love
Right.
it.
Well, Papa doesn't cheese, I don't.
Well, still-
Oh, it's still there. But if you want to, I'll get it. I'll get it in a little bit. Yeah, I got chicken wings. We got a lot of wings tonight.
So this is real life in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
Okay. Well, the only reason why we're behind like this, and people
I'm
are
gonna
all
blame
here.
Cammy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Joe. Actually, you're.
you're blaming me.
I'm blaming you, Cammy. So my mother and sister.
I had the
both watched-
text. Hey, 5 minutes,
Yeah.
10 minutes. Oh, I'm
My
busy
mother
now.
and sister both watched the episode and goes, "Cammy's the best. Can we get more Cammy?" And I was like, real sweet to say to me, who's on the podcast. But this was 100% time-wise your fault.
First of
More
all,
people coming in.
okay.
Let's hear
We back up the truck. Beep, beep,
Okay,
beep,
truck's
beep, beep. Okay, so now we're backing up the truck.
Correct.
The initial time was what time?
1 p.m.
1. Was it 1 or 11?
I thought it was 1, to be honest.
All right, I'm gonna look at my text real time. Hold on.
Not told me 1.
Yeah, there was always one.
Okay, hold on.
There was always one.
Guys, as he passes by, Gama, wave to
Gama,
the camera.
say hi.
Hello.
Okay, hold on. Oh wait, who am I saying hi to? I didn't say hi. Okay.
He's going.
Okay, so what time? 1 o'clock is the agenda. Okay, and then I got 2:15.
That was your fault. You threw everything off.
Everything's my fault.
That's what happens when you're the owner.
So then what happens is that at 2:15, because I now scheduled other meetings.
Well, you know what I did? You know what I did at 2:15? I have to interrupt you right there. I made a great steak.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Thin slice, kosher salami. Put it on the grill. Got it crispy on the edges. Delicious. Put a little cheese on top. Added some mushrooms. No sauce needed. Beautiful brioche bun. Toasted just a little bit. It was
Wow.
unbelievable.
So you're going to be late for that.
Yes. I would be late for that.
I understand, no problem. But then I started
Are
getting
you
later
like
and later.
vegetarian or vegan?
Because now I'm getting later and later. So, okay, it is what it is. I now know time is fluid with my boys. I love my boys. And if I want you guys to be on time, I would take it under my responsibility to say, hey, guys, this is when I have till, and this is when I don't have to. And I would guide you in the right direction and love you anyway.
So about 2 weeks ago, when you did give us a strict time, Scott was panicking until that minute that we actually got on. He was like, "Are we set up? Are we ready? Are the microphones up?" Like the panic was real.
But that's because
I don't know shit about technology.
And so he puts it all on me.
Nope. One of your high patterns is that you do want to make other people happy. And the high stress that you were feeling is not disrespect out of time. It's knowing you're not good at it and wanting to make sure that you're doing things well.
Wait, I'm not good at making people happy, or I'm not good at...
No, my darling, you're great at people making happy, and making people happy is important to you.
No.
I would say it stressed you out because you wanted to.
That just shows love.
It does show love. It shows love. Well, listen, like I'm not great with.
Oh, look who's stopping by here. This is Jackson. We got
stop.
Yeah. Ooh, hi.
This is our bartender.
This is it.
My bartender tonight.
Go ahead.
Hi, bartender tonight. What's your name?
What's in your backpack?
Yeah, you smell like you've been playing in the forest.
There we go.
Did he just run away?
Yes.
Yeah, he's done with us.
Yeah, he was done with us.
He's adorable.
Oh,
He's
adorable.
OMG. What, you go tanning?
No, I don't know.
Oh, he's blushing.
He is
Oh, he's blushing. Okay, well, if anybody hears the podcast, there's an adorable bartender, and his name is
Jackson.
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 He's running by here too, but she doesn't want to be.
Go, Jack. Go see Jackson, and he's adorable, and give him a big tip.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, you guys do hire amazing people, but I want to. Yeah, I love it. You guys, every person who works there, I've loved.
Absolutely. No, they're great.
Wait, Scott, I'm looking. So we talked a little bit about the game.
I also wanted to put a plug in for next week too. We are going to have Borsky on the podcast, Scott Borsky.
Terrific.
Podcast next week. So,
and Jamie, we did one with Scott Ward, who works across the street at Jefferson. Pretty good. I think we should do a longer format with him.
Yeah. He's the guy who does the eyeglasses. So we should get Jack and Jane from Eyeglass Works. We'll do that.
Okay.
Oh,
listen, it's all things Philly. So any person who wants, we would love to interview.
We went to,
the Bayou.
I had a little personal issue, and so I stayed at Scott's house. So we went to the Bayou.
What'd you think?
I loved it, but more importantly, we met a guy who has a professional podcast.
Yeah. And we actually might go to a studio.
Awesome. Take the show on the road.
Yeah. The show on the road.
I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. We were talking a little bit about your employees, and one of the things that we were going to talk about today is dress code. And actually, this has been something that I've been researching quite a bit, because I also, with my survey, I also do like a little bit of dating and coaching and matchmaking, and I've looked into a lot about like what people can derive by your appearance, either whether it be unfair or not unfair, like what are the statistics about appearance. And so I learned a little something about the restaurant business, believe it or not, is that the right amount of perfume or cologne on a waitress or waiter can increase the tip of that person serving. However, now I haven't validated this results. It was just something that I read, so I can't say anything about the study. But if it's too much perfume or cologne, it is a negative effect.
Big time negative. You know what?
Jackson, what kind of perfume are you wearing?
The too much perfume reminds me of the strip club. I hate to say it. Not that I've ever been, but I've heard.
Okay, I have been to a strip club, and I would say I agree with you. I agree with you.
That's kind of a turn off. When you get that smell that just smells like, when you walk into Macy's and walk by the perfume counter and the lady's like spritzing some 7-year-old lady with
too much
cheap cologne or cheap perfume. I hate that smell. But we also have cooks sometimes who get off and they'll spray themselves down because they've been working.
Oh my God.
And it turns in, I don't want to say this offensively, into almost like a gas chamber in our office because it's right next to where they change.
It's the worst.
It's the worst. So we can no longer have conversations, nothing. We're both coughing. It's a nightmare.
Well, especially at a restaurant, you don't want to have a perfume or a cologne. Part of the food that is great is when you get served food and the smell of the garlic or the smell of even like a drink. Like if I order a drink with mint, that smell is amazing. Or basil, the smell of basil. That's my dog.
Plug for Morea. We have a drink called the Sage of Place.
Yeah, you like that.
And when we first tried it, the sage was so overpowering, it would almost like numb your face. Yes. It was like, ugh. And now we've kind of tuned it down, and it's an excellent drink.
It's all about tuning it down. I know one of the things we talked about that we were talking about today is that I think my bartender might have tried to kill me yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, so
So-
wait, are we already going off the dress code? Because you did want to address dress code and how
No, the
you're.
dress code is our leather pants
Are leather pants good or bad?
for
Me, if you can rock them, go for it.
for a waitress.
Why
I don't know
not?
if that's
I think if somebody can rock them, I mean, it depends on the leather pair of pants. Like if you look like,
Yeah, but some people wear them well, some people don't.
So do you
It's
have
just
to ban leather pants?
Yeah, you can't. This is the restaurant bit. You can't say well, this person looks great, and that
For
person
example, I look good in high-waisted leather pants. Scott does not. Because we can't look good together. Neither of us
doesn't.
wear
Yeah, so it's either all or nothing.
It's all or
Everything's
nothing.
all or nothing. You can't say to one person, "Oh, you wear that well," so you can wear that shirt,
Correct.
but you can't wear that shirt.
Yes.
So
And I don't even know if it's more nuanced than that, because even if you have just take a pair of jeans, some jeans can look too worn in and it makes you look like you're wearing big sweatpants and it's not attractive. And some jeans are so tight they look silly. It's really sometimes the way you wear clothes, and how difficult is that to say to somebody who's working, because you want people to look a certain way and represent. There's no uniform at the Rap Shack or Morea.
There is a more strict uniform at Morea.
Morea. And
Rap Shack's kind of the idea is let's have fun, let's represent the city, let's support the sports, let's get people in here. Morea is
as
more
long as it's a fitted shirt,
fitted.
it's not 5 sizes too big, I'm good.
We don't
What
usually
about the bottoms?
bottoms are we don't like the bartenders to wear shorts unless it's over. There's a degree in
92.5 degrees.
92.6.
That's pretty specific.
But no, shorts, it just kind of gives it a different look.
I agree.
But there's not much of a dress code at Rap Shack. It's be presentable, look good. Morea, listen, we are elevated dining, so we want the black button downs, we want long sleeves, we want stuff like that. We're kind of coming back around to getting back to that.
Yeah, we're going to have a little stricter dress code.
Especially
I
going
would say a lot of restaurants are black pants and black shirt.
correct.
That
Non-slip
is correct.
shoes, and then you're pretty much ready to rock.
What else you got for us?
So, and then what do you guys wear? What is your fashion?
I am the
Fashion
worst
for
dresser of
boys?
all time, but I know Scott will never yell at me if I wear a button down. So I usually wear black
But he
pants.
usually misses a button, though,
I do usually miss a button up here,
or rips a button.
or ripped a button. But button down in the summer, short sleeve; in the winter, long sleeve.
It's very complicated when you have two bars next to each other. One's a sports bar or neighborhood bar, and the other one's a fine dining restaurant.
Right.
So I used to wear a jacket on Friday and Saturday nights, and then I would walk into the Rap Shack and everyone would
You
look at
feel a
me
little
weird.
out of touch. Yeah.
So I kind of toned that down. I don't know. I wear what I want these days. I'm trying to be a little bit more laid back.
We do like though if there's private parties, one of us will be in a jacket, or we're wearing nice.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I
We've
think
been
a
doing a
rule
lot of
of
private
thumb is
parties.
to err on the side of being more overdressed than to err on the side of being underdressed.
Correct.
That is correct.
Okay, so that was one of your agenda items. The next one was about music. Now, music is something dear to my heart. I love the music at Morea. Love it, love it, love it. I think it's the absolute perfect to the decibel and loudness.
Yeah, yesterday it was Saturday. Saturday was a problem. Not a problem. Everyone wants what they want. So I had one customer who asked for a certain kind of music. Then another customer at the same time asked for another type of music. And then I had another customer who told me it was too loud. So,
Well, if your parents are there, they would definitely say it's too loud.
so I'm trying to make everyone happy. I told the one person we can't play a certain kind of music. And then the other one, I lowered the music a little bit, 1 or 2 notches. I'm like, that's the best we can do. And then the other one, I kind of said that, this is the happy medium. Sorry, this is what we play with.
So Scott may completely disagree with me, but he kind of lives by this rule in a way maybe he doesn't realize. 6 p.m. the music's not blaring. 7 p.m. the music's not blaring. We're getting a little louder at 8 p.m. We're getting a little louder at 9 p.m. By 10 p.m., your oldies should be out. You should be having more of a fun vibe, and we can blast the music a little bit.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, we're kind of toning it up as we realize our age groups are changing. So the people that go out at 10 p.m. are not the same people that are going out at 6 p.m.
We're also Morea is by the theater district on Friday and Saturday night,
Correct.
so it's like a different clientele. So you kind of want to adapt to that clientele.
Well, because I am in the business of singles, I actually think the louder it gets, like when it's hard to hear, then you're getting closer.
Oh, it's kind of
to
attractive.
the
I do
bar,
like
right? Like
He's been married 21 years. This guy
Yeah.
doesn't.
like to be like to have to whisper into someone's
Oh,
ear.
it's really attractive. Yeah. Nothing's better than the lean over when you go, what'd you say?
Well, you know,
Oh, it's
I'm not in touch with that.
Yeah.
21 years.
And then you know what? The lean over turns into the thigh touch. And then the thigh touch.
agreed. The lean over, the
You're talking about sexual harassment. In a
Well,
podcast.
This is not
listen, if you're two patrons at a bar and you're
He just
flirting,
touched my leg.
I did just touch his thigh to prove the thigh touch. You go, hey, what? That move from a woman, you're doing well on the date.
the lean, right? The chemistry, the body posture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, listen, music is like anything else. Like it's so hard. You're never gonna please anyone. I think that I actually think that your music, when I was there, had a lot of cross genres and likable tunes. I mean, I can't imagine anybody not liking the music because it really was all over the place in terms of style.
By the way, if you hear all this noise, we're getting ready to
We are
open up
setting
in
up. 3
3 minutes.
Yes, Kami, we're going to have to wrap this up, I think.
Okay, but we're gonna do the rest of the action items later because we have a lot of other things that we wanted to cover.
Awesome. All right, we're working on our plug, so I'm going to try this time.
Okay.
Pizza, please
Follow us.
Organized Mayhem podcast on all major platforms, including X, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, all your favorite podcasting platforms. Type in Organized Mayhem podcast. Please like and subscribe. We would all appreciate it.
Or
Love you
if-
more and more.
Or if you come into the restaurant, we will give you a discount for subscribing.
Depending on how much we like
Why
you, the
not?
discount
Yeah.
goes from 10% to 50%. So be likable.
50%.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Well,
Let's do
enjoy,
it.
everybody. Let's have some great games this week. Enjoy.
Woo!
And hope to see you at the Rap Shack at Morea. And if you want to reach me on one of my survey platforms, it's roadtoyou.com.